can see here, I have already unpackaged and cleaned all of my chicken. Can y'all see that? Okay. So I'm kind of novice at this, so if I'm tilting and turning, and so I'm sorry, okay? It's my first time. Um, Also, this is the garlic that I use. I use the garlic that you get at the store, okay? So I usually use 3. Some people don't like 3. Sometimes they just want 2. Or if you don't like garlic at all, take it out. But garlic is a part of this recipe. But, to each their own. Some people may decide that they're not wanting to do that. So, anyways, this is the garlic. Now, over here, because I haven't really learned how to turn the camera around, I'm going to show you. Now, some of you have probably never seen this, or some of you are probably thinking, oh my God, she's got Moroccan gold. Yeah, I do. I have Moroccan gold olive oil. Now, this is just a very, very nice olive oil, but you don't have to use olive oil. My taste has just been that I really prefer olive oil, the good quality, because for medicinal as well as for your health. Now, you can use a regular vegetable oil or whatever you want. It's kind of up to you. These are the ingredients that I use. Now, I really like this one. This one here is a Lung Kam Ki original stir fry sauce. So, when I first tried this, I thought, wow, this is really good. Because I used to use just the regular old Kikkoman soy sauce. But, my husband got on this little health kick, so I've been trying to use gluten-free whenever I can. Not saying I'm particularly fond of it, but you know what? It does work, and it does do the job. I have vinegar, garlic powder, more garlic. So that's why I told you this recipe requires garlic, but like I said, you don't have to. Just saying, it does. This will come later, so depending on whether or not you like a thick sauce or maybe you like the runny sauce. Cornstarch is your friend. That's going to help you. And then, of course, not too many Pinoys or Filipinos do this with the ground pepper. They don't really like it. I love it. I think it gives it a great flavor. So these are going to be my main ingredients. And, of course, we'll be putting the bay leaf in there because that's just what Filipinos do. They put bay leaf in almost everything. But I've made it hundreds of times without bay leaf. So if you don't want bay leaf, you don't have to put bay leaf in there also, okay? So, but I'm putting it in there for the sake of chicken adobo. Okay, so let's get started. This is, like I said, I'm cooking for 5. So this, it seems like it's a small pot, but it's a good size. It'll be enough for the family and what we use it for. Now, I use a gas stove. So, and let me tell you, I used to have an electric stove. And man, what a difference between gas and electric. I am now a big fan, a very, very big fan of gas stove. As a matter of fact, when I told my husband, I said, hey, if we ever get another house, it's going to be a deal breaker if we get into a house that has an electric stove, unless he can convert it and bring gas in. That'd be the only reason. Yeah, that's a deal breaker for me now. Now that I'm a little bit older, yeah, gas stove's the way to go. Okay? So I hope I got that in there good enough. Now, I'm going to get my garlic, so hold on a second here. I guess I can let you watch me do that. Okay, so the way that I do this here is I just pretty much smash it, okay? That's how I do on my garlic. I don't really take a whole lot of time to cut it because you don't have to. This is chicken adobo, and most of the flavors really come out when you smash it, and I love it. So, and some people put onion, which, you can do onion and chicken adobo if you want, but yeah, I'm not a big fan. I mean, I love onion in a lot of different things, but not necessarily in chicken adobo, but it's possible. So the amount of oil that I put in here is probably a couple of tablespoons. I gotta be careful. I forget about that. Smokes. I'm so used to cooking with iron skillets that, it takes a little time. But I just want to saute this a little bit just to get that in there. And to kind of cook that up, because I really love the fragrance of garlic. I love sometimes the way it makes the whole house smell. And then now I'm going to put the chicken, believe it or not. I'm going to turn this down. So I got about 4 or 5 pieces in there. There. I'm going to leave those 2 out. I'm not going to use all of them. All right. So a lot of us will add, I like to put my soy sauce in there. So when I'm putting this soy sauce, because it is thicker than the norm, this is probably maybe about a half a cup is about what I'm going to use, is what I put in there. So I'm sorry, I'm not a girl with measuring cup. And then on the vinegar, I probably put like a cup of that, because it does, believe it or not, vinegar is what makes this thing. If you don't put enough vinegar, then it's going to be way too strong. So put the vinegar, don't be scared. On the garlic powder, probably maybe a couple teaspoons. And then pepper it, just like as I said before, to your taste. Me, I love pepper. So, and I'm going to take a bay leaf.
That smells good.
Ah, thank you. 1 bay leaf, believe it or not, just 1. Okay. Now here's where I just kind of go in and mix it in. Get all the chicken soaked in there with the soy sauce or the teriyaki. I use the teriyaki, like I said, the teriyaki sauce. And I just kind of mix it in. I mean, I'm not like stirring it. And it's going to be one of those where, you know what, from here, you just set it. And also you have to understand the chicken, the juices from the chicken also will be mixing with this. And so that's what really kind of makes the whole flavor. Now, I'm not sure how everybody makes their rice. Some people are, smart. They buy rice cookers. And then, you have people like me. I use a rice cooker every once in a while. But I do use the stove too. So sometimes I'll make rice over there. But as you can see, this is what it looks like. Okay. So now we're just going to have to let it set and let the fire do its charm. And basically, voila, that is chicken adobo. Now, like I said, everybody has a different way. This is just the way that my mom taught me. But we were using the Kikkoman soy sauce. But when it's done cooking, which it usually takes anywhere from about 45, 50 minutes, I'll check it again. And then we'll come back here and we'll take a look at it, okay? And then, like I said, this one here gets kind of saved at the end. So depending on how thick or thin my juice is, I may or may not use cornstarch to kind of thicken it up. Okay. Now we'll go to a boil on this thing. So just kind of keep an eye on it once it starts to boil. I have, let me see, this one will work. I have lots of lids for these things, but you just let it sit there and it cooks. And this is like good enough for a whole meal. You don't need to make a salad or a side dish, you know, unless you're going to make, some, what do you call it? Lumpia, you know. But this and rice is pretty much a meal. So I will be back to show you the results of our chicken adobo. Okay? Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.